database server that's sitting in front of you. So like we can launch any server like a Windows server, like Linux servers, you can launch any instances. So how you are working with your laptop operating system, same only we can work. But through internet, we are going to connect our AWS management console. So we can log into the AWS management console. You can launch any server, either Windows servers or Linux servers. So how you are working in front of the server, how you sit, how you work, same only we can work. So using AWS resources instead of your own is like purchasing electricity from a power company instead of running your own generator. So what we are doing, we are taking one power connection, electricity connection. So we are paying money. So every month depending upon so how many units we utilized, that much of money they are going to charge, we are going to pay. So that is nothing but a AWS resources also. So how much you utilized the resources, that much only you have to pay the money to the AWS resources. It provides many of the same benefits. Capacity exactly matches your need. So what you require, for example, I want to require 2 terabyte disk. So you can go through that one. You need 16 GB of the memory. So you can go through that. So like how much you required exactly, you can go to that particular need. So you pay only for what you use. So how much you are consuming the resources, that much of the money only we have to pay. So economies of scale result in lower costs and the service provided by a vendor experienced in running large scale networks. So whatever the large scale networks are there, if you have a large network environment your company having, so depending upon whatever the resources providing by the vendor, so you have to utilize that much of resources. So these are the cloud vendors. Already yesterday demo class we discussed. Virgin Cloud is also there. Joint, Microsoft Azure, Rackspace, Century Link, IBM Software. These are the different cloud vendors. Now the second place is for Azure and GCP. How can you access your AWS? So AWS provides several ways to create and manage the resources. First one is AWS Management Console. So widely we are going to use, it is a web interface. So directly you open your web browser. You can create one AWS account that I will show you today how to create your own AWS account. And AWS command line interface tool you have to download. And you can install the command line tool from the AWS products. So you can also use the command line tools. And the APIs. So application interfaces developed by the software application engineers. So by using that special application interfaces, the companies they can develop their own application interfaces. By using that APIs also, you can access your AWS services. So AWS can offer significant cost savings compared to the equivalent on-premises infrastructure. So on-premises infrastructure means network we have to manage, storage we have to manage, and servers we have to manage, and platform like virtualization softwares, operating systems, middleware applications, runtime programming, databases, and applications. Everything you have to manage. But here they are going to provide all the infrastructure to you. So you can use the AWS simple monthly calculator to estimate what it would cost to use AWS. So for example, so this month I can expect something. So I can utilize this much of space, means storage. So my requirement, for example, this is a festival seasons. Maybe my business will grow. So like December up to January, up to Sankranti. So then my whatever the requirements are there, those are going to be high these 2 months. So after 2 months again they are going to be down. So depending upon that, you have to estimate how much resources you required for these 2 months. So we have to calculate that one. So note that if you created your own AWS account within the last 12 months, you are eligible for the AWS free tier. For example, see any account, if you create AWS account, that is valid for up to 1 month, sorry, 12 months, 1 year. So what are the free tiers they are providing to you? Amazon EC2, resizable compute capacity in the cloud, 750 hours per month of Linux, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, SUSE Linux Enterprise servers, T2.micro instances, that is the hardware they are going to give the free of cost. How many hours? 750 hours. Maybe daily you can work with 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever it may be, it will calculate. So if you complete the 750 hours usage in 6 months, the validity is gone. So up to 1 year, 750 hours they are going to use your Amazon EC2 instances which you are launched. So you can use free of cost. 750 hours per month of Windows, so operating systems. So run one instance at a time or multiple instances. So as our wish. So if one instance or multiple instances, they will calculate the how much time utilized the instances. That is the calculation. Amazon S3 storage, 5 GB of standard storage is free of cost. It means you can upload whatever your data is there, like Google Drive. How we are uploading our data, like this Amazon S3 storage, you can upload up to 5 GB of the data is free of cost. Like you can upload movies, sorry, videos and photos, whatever it may be, websites. So you can upload up to 5 GB is the free of cost. Afterwards, chargeable. So 20,000 get requests, 20,000 put requests. So remember this one, anybody having the knowledge on FTP servers in Windows server and Linux server, get request, put request, downloading, uploading. So 20,000 get 20,000 downloads free of cost, 2,000 uploads free of cost. For example, when I configure Amazon S3, when I deploy my website in Amazon S3 storage, maybe I can put some softwares like RHLISU images, Windows Server images, VMware Workstation images, whatever the documentation is there, I can put into the Amazon S3 storage. So as a students, you can log into my, I will give one URL to you. So go through that URL, you can download these softwares. So up to 20,000 get requests free of cost. So after that, chargeable. So 2,000 put request means I can upload up to 2,000 uploads. So these are the free of cost. Remember. So Amazon EC2 instances 750 hours are the free of cost, and Amazon S3 storage 5 GB of the data you can upload. The downloading and uploading capacity 20,000 get requests, 2,000 put requests. So Amazon has data centers in different areas of the world. For example, North America, Europe, and Asia. Correspondingly, AWS products are available to use in different regions by placing resources in separate regions. So you can design your own website or application to be closer to specific customer or to meet legal or other requirements. Note that the prices are depending upon usage of the regions only. So a region is nothing but a particular place. So Asia Pacific Mumbai region, Asia Pacific Singapore region, Asia Pacific Japan region, like that. Different region where I'm going to show you where the regions are there. So in that particular region, you have the availability zone. So each region contains multiple distinct locations called availability zones. So an availability zone is nothing but a data center. So in Mumbai, we have a Mumbai availability zone is there. Now, shortly they are launching in Hyderabad also. So Amazon, they are launching in near 1 or 2 months in Hyderabad also. I will show you. So coming availability zones where are across the world, they are going to launch some new zones, new availability zones. So each availability zone is engineered to be isolated from failures in other availability zone. For example, you are managing one company, you have one data center in Hyderabad, for example, in Amirpet area. So again, you have another availability zone, means availability zone is nothing but a data center in Vanasthalipuram area or Hayat Nagar. So there is a distance between Amirpet to Hayatnagar 30 kilometers or 20 kilometers. So one data center is in Amirpet, another data center is in Hayatnagar, for example. So different locations. Same in Hyderabad only, different places. If any availability zone is failed, for example, Amirpet data center is failed, it is down. So I can access my resources from, so which is located in Hayatnagar data center. So these are nothing but the availability zones. So minimum any region they will keep two availability zones. In Mumbai region, so recently they launched another availability zone also. So nowadays, up to now we have Mumbai region only. Now they are going to launch now availability zones in Hyderabad location also in near time 1 or 2 months. So and they need so many Amazon Web Service who completed AWS they need, because that is a big uh, launch they are going to do in Hyderabad in coming soon. That one. So so and it provide inexpensive, low latency network connectivity to other zones in the same region. So by placing resources in separate availability zones, you can protect your website or app from the failure of a single location. So just now I explained you, if Amirpet data center is down, so availability zone. So you can access your websites or applications from another availability zone, which is located in Hayat Nagar. So these configurations we are going to do practically. We are going to see output practically. If one server is down in particular location, if one application is down in particular location, how we can access from different locations. Automatically it will access, but we have to configure it. Next, AWS resources can be tied to a region or tied to an availability zone. Not every region or availability zone supports every AWS resource. See, so there is no all resources are available in all zones. So depending upon the requirement, some resources may not be available. Some resources may be available. So depending upon your requirements, you have to check the regions and availability zones, which resources are supporting, which are not supporting. So depending upon your requirement, you can check the availability zones, then you can go through the configurations. So when you view resources, you will only see the resources tied to the particular region you have specified. So whatever the region you selected at the time of login to your AWS management console, that resources only you can see. See, if you want to see other availability zones, other regions resources, so you have to switch them to different region. We are going to see practically, because of regions are isolated from each others, so they cannot aware us, we cannot aware them. So and we don't replicate resources across regions automatically. So automatically it will not replicate your information to other availability zones until we can configure manual replications. We are going to see manual replications, how to replicate my data to other availability zone, so other region. If my region data centers are in any scenarios my data centers are down, so in different region I can access my data also. So each region is a completely independent. Each availability zone is isolated, but the availability zone in a region are connected through low latency links. See, this is, for example, you can take, this is a Mumbai region. So in Mumbai region I have three availability zones. So internally the three availability zones are communicate. So they can have their own security, but they can communicate with network latency protocols, because whatever the instance I launched here, so I can replicate to another availability zone also. If my first availability zone means data center so down, I can access resources from another availability zone. So this is, the following diagram illustrates the relationship between regions and availability zone. Mumbai region, for example, Asia Pacific, Singapore region. So like that. So in each region you have a specially isolated. So every availability zone has its own security principles are there. So these are the availability zones: Asia Pacific Tokyo, Asia Pacific Singapore, Sydney, Eurofranc. Now we are going to check at the present position what are the availability zones are available. Go to Google Chrome, go to, now type AWS global infrastructure. So you can check now what are the availability zones. See, these are the availability zones. So sky blue color regions, so orange color coming soon. You can select, see here, this is Mumbai. Mumbai already launched. So Mumbai already launched here. Now see orange color. So what is orange color coming soon? Where it is? Hyderabad. See, you can see Hyderabad coming soon. Just now I explained. They have a big deal with this government. They are going to launch a big data center in Hyderabad, Amazon. So Hyderabad coming soon. So here Spain coming soon. Switzerland coming soon. Switzerland coming soon. Hyderabad, Jakarta, Osaka coming soon. Melbourne coming soon. So these all are now regions. AWS Go Cloud, US West, Canada, US East, Ohio. These are the US. Ireland already is there. Europe, Stockholm, London. Now you can see Beijing, Ningxia, Bahrain, Seoul. Like already these are the regions. Tokyo, Sydney, Singapore. So already launched. So when they launched also, so 2016 launched in Mumbai, 4 years back only. So these are 2011, 2009. Like when they launched also, so availability zones also it will display. North California launched in 2000 and availability zones are 3. Oregon launched in 2009, availability zones are 4. Local zones are 2. Wavelength zones are 2. Next, Canada Central launched in 2016, availability zones are 3. So North Virginia, availability zones are 6. So more availability zones are there. So you can check Singapore, 3 zones. Mumbai, 3 zones. Recently they launched third zone. Bahrain, 3 zones. So 3 zones. So like this you can check. So any update if you want to check, you can go through the global infrastructure of your. So 770 availability zones, 24 launched regions are there. 2 into more regions. They are going to multiple the regions. 245 countries and territories served. 5 local zones, 9 wavelength zones, 97 direct connection locations, 6 announced regions, latest 12 announced local zones, 220 plus points of presence. So edge locations. Edge locations we are going to discuss in our CDN, content delivery network, CloudFront. We are going to discuss about what are the edge locations. So like this. Okay, regions. Now what is region? So each Amazon EC2 region is designed to be completely isolated from other Amazon EC2 region. So separate. So their network is different, their configurations are different, their resources are different. Our networks, our configurations, our resources are different. So this achieves the greatest possible fault tolerance and stability. Amazon EC2 provides multiple regions so that you can launch Amazon EC2 instances in locations that meet your requirements. See, some EC2 instance types are not available in Asia Pacific Mumbai region. Maybe they are available in North America region. So you can go through there, you can change the region, you can create the related instances which is available in North America. You can launch the instances. I will show you how to change the regions. See, for example, you might want to launch instances in Europe to be closer to your European customers or to meet legal requirements. For example, depending upon the requirement of the people, for example, I want one instance which is useful for the Europe people. So nearest location, you can go through the Europe, you can launch the instance. So when you view your resources, you will only see the resources tied to the region you have specified. This is because regions are isolated from each other and we don't replicate resources across regions automatically. So already we discussed. So when you work with an instance using the command line interface or API, you must specify its region's endpoint. So we have to type the region names, command prompt. When you launch an instance, you must select an Amazon machine image that's in the same region only. So we are doing that one only. So just I will show you. So you can go through console, sign into the console. Here you can use your username. Give the password, whatever the password you given. So right side you can see this is the user login name. So Mumbai, this is Mumbai region. So here see you can have the different regions. US East North Virginia, US East to Ohio, US West to North California, US West to Oregon, South Africa Cape Town. So here these are the different regions. So when you want to create the EC2 instance in US East, so click on this. But you have to do carefully. For example, while practicing, so I selected North Virginia here. If I launch instance here, so I forget to terminate it. So next day, I selected the region Asia Pacific Mumbai. So you forgetted about which the instance is created in North Virginia. So the hours is going to be calculated. Whether you configure any other chargeable services, automatically every day they are going to be charged. So here you can check your billing. Go to my billing dashboard. Every day you have to check because maybe if you forget to remove any services, automatically they will charge the bill. So now no bill 0.00 INR. Up to now, I am not used any chargeable resources. So they are giving here. So monthly free tire usage limit 2000 put 20,000. Already I explained you know. Amazon S3 storage 20,000 get request 2,000 put request. So if we are cross it limits, so they have to calculate 30 GB for elastic block storage. So 750 hours per month Amazon EC2 or Windows or Linux instances. 1 GB of the elastic block storage snapshot. 1 GB snapshots you can take. So like this, you can check the bill every day. So if you want to click bill details, they click on bill details. So they will show the bill detail. So data transfer, how much they charged, elastic cloud compute, how much they charged, how many minutes you used. So everything. So they can chargeable. So this month only, my last two accounts are suspended because of the bill payment. So I created one DynamoDB instances. They charged 2,000, 3,000. So automatically they suspended the account. That is the reason. While practicing, carefully how to check on which region you are going to work. So whenever you practiced everything, you have to remove them. So here see no instances, no dedicated host, no volumes, no placement groups, no elastic IP. You have to check here. So security groups not chargeable, key pairs not chargeable. But remaining things you have to remember, you have to remove that. If you forget, you can see here. From here you can check, you can remove them. So remember that while practicing that is important. So when you launch an instance, you must select AMS that is in the same region. If the AMS is another region, you can copy the AM2 region you are using. So you can launch your instance that Amazon machine image we can also copy from one region to another region. That is we are going to see practically. All communication between regions is across the public internet only. So we are using internet only accessing AWS management console. So all regions are communicate through internet only. Without internet, there is no AWS. We cannot communicate with cloud computing. So accessing the resources through internet is nothing but a cloud. So therefore, you should use the appropriate encryption method to protect your data. So while transferring the data from one region to another region, you have to follow the encryption methods. So we can have different types of encryption methods. While you can take the snapshot of your volumes, you can make it encrypt, then you can copy. So data transfers between regions is charged at the internet data transfer rate for both the sending and receiving instances. Sir, already I told you some services they have to be charged. When you transfer the data from one region to another region, that is chargeable. So depending upon how much data transfer rate is there, depending upon that, they are going to be charged. So in that particular scenarios only, while practicing, we have to carefully do some practical scenarios. Otherwise, you can get the bills. So you can use AWS Management Console or other command line interface to determine which regions and availability zones are available for use. So just now we seen Mumbai region, US East, US Northeast, like that. To find your regions and availability zones using the AWS Management Console. So open the AWS Management Console. From the navigation bar, the options just now we see different regions we checked now. So open the Amazon EC2 console. So compute and networking services, they are providing EC2 instances, auto scaling, elastic load balancing, Amazon VPC, virtual private cloud. Amazon Route 53 is it is nothing but a DNS server in cloud environment. Storage and content delivery services, Elastic Block Store, S3 storage, Amazon Glacier, CloudFront, import export the instances, storage gateways. Database services, relational database services, proprietary of Amazon, DynamoDB, Elastic Cache, Redshift. So log into AWS Management Console, go to that one. So that is I will showing you now. So when you want to create an account, so you can open. So I am logging out this one. So create a new AWS account. Here you have to give the, click on this. Here you can give your email address. You can create the password. See account name, whatever the account name you want to use, you can use. I am giving Ravelda Sri. Click on continue. Already exist. So here it will ask you your full name, professional purpose or personal. I am going to select personal. So phone number, so country or region, India, address, Ashok Nagar, Hyderabad. For example, I am giving Ashok Nagar near RTC Crossroads. Hyderabad. State Telangana. 500020. So check the information, create account and continue. So here it will ask you your credit or debit card number. So you can give RuPay cards, not allow. Any Visa cards, Master cards, it will allow. Credit or debit card. So while creating the account, they will 2 rupees they are going to be charged. So after that, when account is created, automatically they will reback the amount 2 rupees. So 2 rupees initially they will deduct from your account. So after creation of your account, automatically they will repay the 2 rupees to your account. So use my contact address. This is the address. So here, if you have a PAN card, do you want a PAN card? Yes. If you don't have, no. So whatever it may be, if you yes or no, anything. So click on verify and add, then your account will be created. So that is the root account you are going to use. So by using that account, you can log into your AWS. 1 year the account is free of cost, and after 1 year it is going to be suspended depending upon the resources how much you utilize. So if you have less resources utilized, you can go through after 1 year also, it will allow. So like this, you can create one AWS account, then you can log into every day. We are going to work with AWS Management Console. So while logging, we are going to log in as a root administrator. Whatever you created there, that is root account. So don't give your password to others, your management console, if they launched any database related instances, so chargeable. So you have to keep your username and password carefully. Don't share to others because it is effective for your account. If they launched any chargeable instances, any chargeable storages, automatically your account going to be increased 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. So like root user, we are going to log in. IAM users, we are going to discuss in our classes. What is IAM user, how to create IAM users. So like this, you are going to create the AWS Management Console account. So this is today's topic. Tomorrow, we are going to discuss about EC2 instances. So if any doubts, please ask me. Is there any queries? So today only we can you can create your own account. So what how I show you, go through that one. You can create the own account. Is there any queries? Sachin?
No, sir.
Saujanya?
Yeah, Srinivas, in the first demo class, you showed me one server, right? Server
Yes.
or operating system, you said.
Yes.
In first 5 minutes, just tell me once again about that.
Launching the
first demo.
instance. Launching the
No,
instance.
no, not that.
Launching the instance or what it?
In first demo class, you said one operating system. In interview questions, they asked that one. Computed things or something.
Yeah, just I will show you.
Yep.
Is this or not, you can tell me, because AWS Management Console. So go through this one, log into account.
In first demo document, not this one.
First demo document.
Yeah.
AWS all demos. Linux demo, Windows demo, AWS demo. This one.
I'm not able to see anything. Yes, this on-premises server.
Yes, this one. Yeah. This one on-premises server.
Yeah.
Okay, networking you have to manage, storage you have to manage, server means hardware you have to manage. Top of that, virtualization also you have to manage, OS, middleware, runtime, data, applications, and database. So everything you have to manage. This is on-premises server. Is this only?
Yes. this one, about this one,
Yeah,
on premises.
on premises. Generally, our data centers, so many data centers up to now on premises only. Now they are entering into the cloud environment.
Okay.
So, for example, you can take eSeva, MeSeva centers. They can have the data centers. So all the servers are located in data center. They are going to manage physically. So all remaining eSeva centers connected to the main data center. So whatever the transactions they are doing, automatically update on the main data center.
Okay.
So everything we have to manage physically.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you are entering into the cloud computing, as your wish, you can go for. So infrastructure as a service means cloud people, they can provide you networking, storage, servers, virtualization. Then operating system, middleware, runtime, data center, database applications, you have to manage. So infrastructure they will provide to you. So up to that infrastructure, how much you are utilizing, you have to pay. Remaining you have to manage, depending upon your requirement.
Okay. Actually, what we are using, software as a service, or which one? Depends on the requirements, or what?
Depends on the requirement only. So
Okay.
everybody not going for particular software as a service. Depending upon their requirement, they can select. So these are the service models they are providing. So as your company's requirement, your company can decide go through IAS, go to PAS, or go to SAS, like that. Do we
Okay.
have
Okay. Now we have on-premises thing, right?
For example, your company have on-premises. Now, if you are working in a company, they are having on-premises data center now. So they
Yeah.
can enter into cloud environment. Then they can decide. So which can we can take IAS or PAS or SAS. So
Okay.
some critical data centers they are going to use softwares from cloud. They have their own software and databases. They are going to be managed. Critical data centers. So everything they have to manage on premises. Some resources they can take from the cloud environment.
Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Tomorrow we are going to start Amazon EC2 instances, how to launch Linux instances, how to configure the website in Linux, how to launch Windows instances, how to log into Windows instances, so how to download the PEM file. So what are the different types of instances like on demand and reserved spot instances, everything. So complete EC2 instances theoretically. If there is a time, we are going to see practically also tomorrow class. Okay. Okay, man.
Okay.
Thank you all. Tomorrow we are going to connect. First class we are going to start EC2 instances.
Okay, Srinivas. And one more question: is it possible to send the documents?
Everything I will send, madam. Tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I will take all your mail IDs. I will send.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay.